We're back, and we're with our lively wedding and events planner, Sandra Hadley. Today we're going to talk a bit about the future of events planning and planning weddings and just how we do that in this very interesting time. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a great day. It wasn't planned by Sandra Hadley, but it was still a good day.
Sure, it's good. So, yeah, let's talk about events. I wanted to talk about how things are moving forward and what the landscape maneuvering around this may look like. I do not have all the answers. I'm just sitting here thinking about it, and I want to bring it up. So if people are still planning their wedding in 2020, we know that as far as the state goes, July 4th warrants 250 people more, but we still have to continue social distancing. So what does that mean at a wedding, you know? I think, first of all the venues are going to follow the guidelines by the state or they'll be out of business. But what I started thinking about was, I think it depends who owns the venue on how far they may go with extra layering of protection. For example, if the county owns the venue, Old National Events Plaza, Discovery Lodge, the old courthouse, they may do an extra layering. Are they going to have only so many people at a table? Are there going to be designated spots on a dance floor? Are they going to take temperatures of guests when they come in? We don't have to wear masks as of right now. Well, what's that going to look like? As opposed to maybe a membership club owned, Evansville Country Club, Cambridge, Rolling Hills, they may be able to do things a little bit more different. And then there's privately owned venues. So there's a lot of factors in there that you're going to have to really want to talk to wherever you're having the coordinator or the owner of where you're having your venue as you start to plan.
Well, my question as I'm listening to you is, all right, let's talk about where we are now. I know you have many brides and grooms coming up this fall, for example. What are you doing with your clients, and how's that work out? If you've already planned the wedding, you've already got 300 guests coming, what do you do?
Well, as of right now, I mean, we're going to be okay with it. However, I'm not sure if we're at max capacity at a venue, how we could start spreading it out. There's a couple of weddings that I am a little concerned about because there's just no more real estate in the venue. So we may have to cut some guests. I mean, to be quite honest with you, or hope not all of them are going to come that are invited. But, you know, I mean, that happens.
Gee, I hope they don't come. No, that does happen, of course, but it's just...
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Crazy times. Well, what about vendors now? How are you dealing with those folks under these circumstances?
I think people should start to realize that they're going to probably start getting addendums to the contract. I've already made some myself. As an event industry, we are being very cautious and we want to do everything that we can for our clients, but we also have to stay in business.
So what about, when should you know to reschedule? Like, just advise us, if we have an event plan now, what should we be thinking?
I think that you're going to have to come up with a deadline. It's very hard for vendors just to reschedule like 3 weeks away. So that's what I'm talking about, addendums. There may be time parameters that you have to make the decision at least 60 days in advance, so we can go ahead and book another event or do something to generate revenue. I don't have the answers yet. We're all just kind of still waiting. We're still waiting.
Well, you're kind of writing the book as you go, as we all are in these crazy days. Yeah. Thank you so much for your wisdom. I appreciate it.
I hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon. Love you too. We'll be back with more Lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.